Imagine you're sitting in your room, scrolling through your phone, completely alone. But what if I told you that, at a fundamental level, you are never actually alone? That, according to science, every single thing in the universe, every atom, every particle, every living being, is somehow connected in a way that defies logic, not metaphorically, but literally. Quantum physics has revealed something so bizarre, so mind-blowing, that it challenges everything we thought we knew about reality. And if you stick with me, you'll never see the world the same way again. For centuries, spiritual traditions have told us that we are all one, that we are part of a larger whole. But science, the realm of hard facts, formulas, and equations, seem to reject that idea, until now. Today, physicists are uncovering evidence that suggests reality isn't just made up of isolated things floating around in space. Instead, everything is deeply entangled at a quantum level. And what's even crazier, it might even have something to do with your consciousness. The major problem is the illusion of separation. Most of us go through life thinking we're separate from everything else. You are you, I am me, and everything else exists outside of us. That's what our eyes tell us, what our brains tell us, and what classical physics, Newtonian physics, has told us for centuries. But here's where things get weird. When scientists started looking at the universe on a microscopic level, they found that the building blocks of reality, tiny particles like electrons and photons, don't behave the way we expect. Instead of acting like little solid marbles, these particles behave more like waves, existing in multiple places at once, changing depending on whether they're being watched, and even communicating instantly over vast distances. How is this possible? Welcome to the bizarre world of quantum mechanics. Now imagine you have a pair of dice. You roll them, and they land on completely random numbers. No surprise there. But what if, no matter how far apart the dice were, whether they were on opposite sides of the world or even in different galaxies, whenever you rolled one, the other instantly landed on the same number? That would be insane, right? Well, that's essentially what happens with quantum entanglement. Scientists have discovered that when two particles become entangled, their states remain linked no matter how much distance separates them. If you change one, the other instantly reacts, instantly, faster than the speed of light. Albert Einstein, the man who revolutionized our understanding of space and time, called this phenomenon spooky action at a distance. He didn't like it because it didn't fit within the rules of classical physics. But experiments have proven over and over again that it's real. Think about what this means. If two particles, tiny pieces of the universe, can stay connected across vast distances, what does that say about us? Are we also connected in ways we don't yet understand? Could this explain why we sometimes feel an unexplainable bond with someone on the other side of the world? Or why a mother instinctively knows when something has happened to her child, even if they're miles apart? The observer effect indicates that reality changes when you look. Here's where things get even crazier. Quantum physics tells us that just by observing something, we change it. There's a famous experiment called the double slit experiment. In simple terms, scientists shot tiny particles at a barrier with two slits. When no one was watching, the particles acted like waves, going through both slits at once and creating an interference pattern, as if they existed in multiple places simultaneously. But when someone placed a detector to observe which slit the particle went through, suddenly, the particles started behaving like tiny bullets, going through just one slit, as if they had made up their minds to become a single object. In other words, the mere act of observing changed how reality behaved. Now, think about this for a second. If reality at the smallest level changes when we observe it, does that mean our minds have more influence over the world than we realize? Could consciousness itself be woven into the fabric of the universe? And if so, what does that mean for our role in shaping reality? So, if reality isn't made of isolated objects, what is it made of? Enter the quantum field, the invisible web that connects us. Imagine a vast, invisible ocean of energy that fills the entire universe. This field isn't empty space. It's the foundation of everything. All particles, all forces, everything we see and experience emerges from it. Physicists now believe that what we think of as solid matter is just tiny energy fluctuations in this field. That means everything, the stars, your body, even your thoughts, are just patterns of energy interacting in an enormous interconnected web. Some scientists, like the legendary David Bohm, even suggested that the universe behaves like a hologram, where every part contains the whole. If that's true, then every part of reality, including you, holds a piece of the entire universe within it.
And it's not just physics that's being rewritten. Scientists are now discovering that quantum mechanics might be at work inside living things. For example, photosynthesis. Plants use quantum coherence to transport energy with almost 100% efficiency, something classical physics struggles to explain. Bird navigation. Some birds seem to use quantum entanglement in their eyes to navigate Earth's magnetic field. Human consciousness. Some researchers, like Nobel Prize-winning physicist Roger Penrose, believe that quantum processes inside our brain's microtubules might play a role in consciousness itself. Could this mean that life, and even thought, are more deeply connected to the quantum universe than we ever imagined? If the very processes that allow plants to grow and birds to migrate rely on quantum effects, could our own minds be linked to the quantum world in ways we don't yet understand?
The big question is, what does this mean for us? So, what does all of this mean for you? If the universe is fundamentally connected, if consciousness influences reality, and if everything we see is just ripples in a deeper quantum field, then what does that say about the nature of existence? It challenges the idea that we are just separate beings in an indifferent universe. Instead, it suggests that we are deeply connected to everything around us, that our thoughts, our perceptions, even our emotions might be part of a larger whole. Some scientists and philosophers believe this could be the missing link between science and spirituality. That what ancient traditions have been saying for thousands of years, that we are all one, isn't just poetic metaphor, but scientific reality. The more we explore quantum physics, the clearer it becomes that the world is far stranger and more connected than we ever imagined. Entanglement proves that distance might be an illusion. The observer effect suggests that consciousness could shape reality. The quantum field implies that everything is part of a deeper, unified whole. So, the next time you feel alone, remember, you are never truly alone. You are part of something bigger, something deeper, something beyond our everyday understanding. And science is only just beginning to uncover the truth. If this blew your mind, there's even more to explore. Check out the next video, where we dive deeper into the mysteries of reality.